G'day lawnies, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are out in the front yard because we're going to have a look at my rye overseeding project, where it's at. We've now hit 2 weeks as of this recording here, so see where we're at. We need to do a bit of overseeding as well because I do have a few spots that haven't come up as good as I would have liked, and maybe I've missed some spots as well. So let's go in, check out everything, and yeah, see what we're up to. Alrighty, so it may be a bit hard to see, but I do actually have a few sort of bare spots where I must have missed a bit on the corner, so just sort of through there, and then obviously as well just over in this section, sort of through there, so we can sort of see that I have actually just ever so slightly missed a few spots. You know, every now and then that happens. And then if we sort of wander over this way as well, I'll sort of just get this a bit better here so we can see. But I have obviously got a bit of an issue there just with the sprayer of the pop-ups, so a slight issue there where I just need a bit more, and it sort of goes to show in a couple spots as well as over there it's really thin, and then just along some of the edge here. So as I mentioned, through those sort of clips there, it's not going to need a full oversow. So what I might actually do is just spot oversow those areas by hand. So we'll go grab some sandy loam, bit of seed, mix it together, and I'll sort of just hand spread it out, give it a bit of a drink, and then yeah, we'll just make sure we keep that moist. And then we'll hopefully get ready to cut this soon, in probably another week or so. I reckon I might just give it a trim with the rotary scissors over it, and then yeah, we'll sort of see how it goes from there. So let's get into that oversowing.
So the plan with my oversowing is that I've actually got a bit of sandy loam left over from when I did my levelling, when I cut it all back to dirt. So yeah, grabbed a bulker bag from Bunnings, and yeah, just a couple extra scoops back in the wheelbarrow. And then obviously once I've come over here, got my seed, I'm just going to blend a bit in. Just for the small patches, I'm going to put the seed and soil down at the same time. And obviously for the thicker ones, I might actually have to do it seed first then soil. But yeah, for the small little patches around the edges, just going to do a bit of a mixture and then put it down. So this section here is probably one of the, I guess, worst ones. It is actually really thin. Not sure if I didn't go over it enough times, but look, you know, it is what it is. We'll chuck a bit extra seed down and chuck a bit of soil down after it, and then yeah, shouldn't hopefully be too long and it should start thickening up pretty good. But did have a lot of issues with ants as well, taking a lot of my seed, but look, overall quick oversow and she should be sweet in another week or so.
Do the same over here. For the most part it's actually pretty good all through there, but it's mainly just through a bit through there, and obviously just a bit there, and then just on some of these corners up there and up there, just a few spots which are sort of not fantastic, so we'll get to them now. Alright, so now that we're done, all we need to do, grab me hose, turn me water on, and then just going to give it a light little drink. Alrighty lawnies, we're now done out the front here, so I did a light little overseed by hand with a bit of seed and soil, and then for the patches which were a bit worse, decided just to chuck some seed down and then a bit of soil on top just to protect it and give it that bit of contact. So we are now done at the front here, so what we'll do next is hop out the back and give an update on where we are at with the iron cutter as we sort of head into some cooler weather.
And we are straight into a mow, so basically mowing once every sort of 4 days at the moment. So rather than every second or third day, we've sort of pushed it out to every sort of 4 or 5 days with that PGR. Have let that PGR slack off a little bit just to get a little bit more growth going on here while I did have some warm weather. but I might sneak a little bit of PGR back in now just to settle it back down. But otherwise, yeah, 17 mil, still cutting good, and yeah, looking really nice. So a few hours after that mow, I came back out when the sun went down a little bit and got straight into giving it some Greenxtra. So this product's from LawnPride Australia. You will see me use it before. I use it with my PGR, and basically it's 20% nitrogen, so it'll give it a nice little bit of boost, but also has some iron in it as well, which is going to give it a bit of boost of colour as well. So great product to use, but also you can use it with Tracemaxx as well as a foliar application. And your Tracemaxx contains 7 essential nutrients to help your lawn reach its full potential. And with this as well, if you're doing this mix, you make sure that your Tracemaxx is at half rate compared to your Greenxtra. So don't go full strength of both, because you potentially will burn your lawn. And granted, everyone does this every now and then, doesn't check the charge of their battery. So I got a bit way through my spraying and ran out of battery. So put a new one in and we're all sweet.
Alrighty, busy week, overseeding the rye grass, doing plenty out on the lawn here with the iron cutter. Next week will be a busy one as well. On Tuesday we're going to give it its first mow. So I've got a new mower behind me here, sort of a conversion from an old, I think it's an old Atco, so I'll show you that in a second. And then also final granular fertiliser for the iron cutter this autumn, and then obviously we'll tackle it again come springtime. We'll probably focus more on liquids now. So doing those Greenxtra, Tracemaxx applications, keeping it sort of fed that way as well. Plenty more to come. Make sure you tune in next week as well, because yeah, first mow on the rye grass. Stay tuned.